Today we're going to be covering a topic that anyone working in medical billing knows all too well.
Denials and rejections. Now, some of you may be experiencing shortness of breath just from hearing those two words. Luckily, we have a segment from the amazing Barbara Griswold, a licensed marriage and family therapist, author of Navigating the Insurance Maze, private practice owner, and overall insurance guru.
So take a deep breath and bear with us as we walk you through what to do when your claims are denied or rejected.
The first thing that we want to clear up for you is what it means when a claim is rejected versus when it's denied. These are two different statuses in the claim lifecycle. If a claim is rejected, that means an error was caught early in the claim's lifecycle. It usually means that something on the claim form was entered incorrectly and the claim isn't accepted into their system for adjudication. This could be an incorrect name, date of birth, address, ID number, etc.
On the other hand, if a claim is denied, it means that the claim has been entered into the payer's system, was reviewed by their claim department, and payment has been denied. A denial reason could be similar to a rejection reason, such as incorrect demographics or inactive coverage. But the distinction between denial and rejection is important because it dictates how you should try correcting the claim.
For a rejected claim, you may not be able to call the payer's claim department to get more information, since it could have been rejected at the clearinghouse level. The best thing to do in that case is check to make sure that what you recorded in the client's insurance information matches exactly with what is on the client's insurance ID card. If everything adds up, you will want to verify that the client's coverage is still active, or check with the client to see if there's been any changes in their coverage. It's also possible that you didn't select the correct electronic payer ID, and you may need to submit the claims to a different address.
The distinction with getting these claims to reprocess is that you can usually resubmit the claim as an original, not as a corrected claim. With denied claims, you usually have to submit any new attempts to have the claim processed as a corrected claim, also known as a resubmission. To do this, mark box 22 on the claim form as a resubmission and be sure to include the reference number from the claim that was initially denied.
And now we're going to give the floor to Barbara to tell you her tips for resolving denied and rejected claims for her practice.
Hi, I'm Barbara Griswold. Thanks for joining me today as we talk about denials and dealing with denied claims. This can happen to all of us, obviously, whether or not you work directly with insurance or whether you just give invoices and statements to clients as an out-of-network provider and their statements get denied. So it's a great topic for all of us to learn a little bit about and what to do. The first tip I'd like to give is to go after it. So many of us therapists really don't go after a denied claim. We don't think it's very hopeful, but the truth is that according to one statistic, 67% of denied claims are recoverable. So that's a really good statistic that could be some small error. So the first step is to check the explanation of benefits to see if you can get any clues as to why the claim was denied. The EOB, it's called, is first of all, check to make sure it's correct, and second of all, see if you can find out the denied reason. Sometimes it has a little code or something on it. Now, the EOB is something that you may have to go into the insurance plan portal if that's how you can view them, or sometimes it'll come to you in the mail and will be just a correspondence that will tell you how the claim was processed. That's what the explanation of benefits is. This next tip is going to be to call the client if you can see that it might be something to do with eligibility. That's going to be probably the first call would be to a client. But typically, your first call is going to be directly to the plan. And when you call an insurance plan, a couple tips. First of all, don't set yourself up. Allow 20 to 30 minutes at least for this phone call. Don't try to do that 5 minutes between clients that you're going to take care of this, because it may take a while to kind of figure out who to talk to and for them to look up the claim and everything like that. Now, use the phone number that's on the client's card. That could be a customer service phone number, or it could be a provider line, either one of them. But once you get in there, you want to try to get to the claims department. Be ready with insurance card information. the client's date of birth, your tax ID number or NPI or both, and information from the claim about the dates of service and how much you total billed for that claim. Another tip is document everything. That's like key in our profession, but especially these phone calls, so that later if you have to follow up again on them, you have very specific information about what you were told. So when did you call? What were you told? The name of the rep that you spoke to, and most importantly, call confirmation number if they will give you one, so that if you have to refer back, you can do that pretty easily. Now there's a few possible call outcomes, but the two big possibilities are, number one, they reprocess the claim. They say, oops, we see that there was an error and we're going to send it back through. That's the one that you hope for, because it doesn't take further work on your part. Ask how many days to allow, and then take your personal calendar and calendar a follow-up if you haven't received payment by that date. Okay, this is where we have to be careful that things don't slip through our hands because we haven't calendared things. Another possible outcome is that you need to resubmit the claim and correct something on it. So that's called a corrected claim. Ask them if you can fax it. Ask for a direct fax number to kind of speed this whole thing up. Or consider mailing it to them, and when you just call attention, even with just a little post-it note, that this is a corrected claim. And many electronic health records like SimplePractice has ways to resubmit a corrected claim also, so you might want to try that. Another possibility is to ask for a supervisor. If you've just tried everything with this person on the phone and you're button heads here, you're not getting them to understand what you need or what the problem is, ask for a supervisor. But you really usually can't jump to ask for a supervisor until you've dealt with a claims representative. Now, let's say all of this, you're still not getting what you're needing and they've already denied this claim. Another possibility then is to go ahead and file an appeal. If they're insisting the claim was processed correctly and you're disputing it, you want to file a formal appeal, or also called a dispute. And so on the phone, ask them where to send it and what to include. Now, let's say you try that, they come back, the appeal is denied also. This is when you go one step up and you contact the state. The good news again there is that, depending on your state and the situation, sometimes more than half of the ones that are appealed to the state are settled in the therapist's favor. So it can be very positive. So go ahead and try that. I've done that twice, and both times it was settled in my favor, and the plan was made to pay for something that they initially said they weren't going to. So this is when you would appeal to the State Department of Insurance or the State Department of Managed Health Care, and you can request sometimes an expedited review if necessary. So the bottom line is you got a lot of options here. And the final tip I want to say is to get help with all this process. It can feel kind of overwhelming, but SimplePractice has an in-house billing service called Smart Billing Pro, and they can assist you with denials and appeals. Also, your professional association can help you, and I can help you. That's part of the service that I provide, consultations to therapists who are having trouble getting claims paid. So I'm delighted to help. Hope you found this helpful, and if there's any way that I can be of service in you and your practice, please come to my website at www.theinsurancemaze.com and check out my books and webinars and other resources, or contact me for a consultation. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Barbara. Those were some really great tips.
One point that we want to emphasize is, like anything with insurance, working denials and rejections can take time. So it's important to be patient and thorough in your note-taking from any correspondence with the payer. And always, always, always get a reference number for your call.
And if you find that you're spending more time chasing down denials and rejections than you are focusing on your client's growth or on how to make your business grow, you may want to consider employing the help of a medical billing service.
So if you would like to learn more about the in-house billing service for SimplePractice users that Dylan and I help run, visit our website at www.simplepractice.com/smartbilling-pro and take our quick questionnaire to see if you're a good fit.
All right, guys, that's all we have for you this season. Thanks so much for tuning in. And as always,
Keep it simple.